How goes it, everybody? AZPlow21 here, and we are going to be booking up another month worth of fights. It is going to be a good one. First thing that I noticed was that Brendan Allen he failed the drug test for PEDs, but he's not going to be suspended, which is weird. So I don't know if it's because I forgot to drug test maybe for one show, but that sucks. He lost that fight anyways, so I already took care of the email, so let's just kind of go down. And Darian Caldwell, he is the Bellator champion. We would definitely like him. Get him in the van. Love that. Danny Sabatello, I already offered a contract to. Who are you? Strawweight. He can fight at flyweight, so let's go ahead and give this guy a deal. One of the two offers he would accept. But what if I threw you an extra $2,000 a fight, young man? That's what I thought. Apart from that, not too much going on that I really want. 12-0-1 out of Cyprus. We'll give him a go. He does not want to sign. No, nothing there. 5-0 in Octagon. Heavyweight. Can always use more heavyweights, and he does not want to sign. Okay. Let's just go to recommended hires and see if there's anybody new. That's typically the easiest way to go about this. 6-0, no. 9-2, no. Middleweights. Typically, it's like an undefeated young fighter or like a regen. I typically want to wait until they get to like 6-0 before I bring them in. Don't want to overexpose them too quickly. Who's this guy? Leonardo Blasco. Coming off a win against Luan Chagas. We'll bring him in. 18-4. That's a decent record. Matthew Camilleri. 9-1 out of Malta. He's coming off 3 straight wins. 26 years old. He does not want to sign. He wants to stick with his regionals for now. The Nightmare Bradley Swainpole out of EFC's their featherweight champion, it looks like. Bring in the regional champ. Love that. Go bantamweights. Ooh, who are you out of Ireland? 9-0, looking like Duke Nukem. All right, we're gonna bring in the Irish Duke Nukem. Flyweights, not much. By the way, I did offer Amanda Lev, Martina Jindrova. 7-5. Can she fight at featherweight? Can. I'll let her hang around. No, none of those girls. Rocky Canuto, she's not that good. I don't know why it says she's number 6. Because she's the LFA women's champ. The moment I bring her in and have her fight literally anybody, she's gonna lose. Who are you? Saori Oshima. Can you fight at strawweight? You sure can. And flyweight, it looks like. Ryzen Star. Okay. Saori Oshima. Very nice. I've offered Reina Cordoba, Mara Romero Barella. Coming off a couple straight wins on European shows. We'll hold off on her. Off on her as well. These girls are ranked. Chan Mi John. Yeah. 3 straight wins. We'll bring her in. Then Stephanie Eggink. Ooh, she beat Van Soest for the title. Sure, why not? I always liked Tiffany Van Soest, and in my last save, for whatever reason, she was a fucking dog. It would always win. Kay Hansen, I've always been a fan of for whatever reason. Probably just because she's cute. Alright, so let's go forward one day so that way we can get our booking going. Hello, kitty. Oh, bye, kitty. As always, these videos are going to be very just kind of whatever, and me just kind of chilling. Oh no. All right. We've got some guys that contract statuses, mid-level national in Europe. Not of any use to me. Umar Kane. No, don't really care. No. Who are these jabronis that you're offering me, brother? This guy's kind of good, but they have too many fucking Russians. I don't know if that sounds rude, but just like 2 out of every 5 people that I'm signing are Russian. I'm like, they're the best fighters, so like obviously, but at some point it's like, all right, calm down. You get it, you guys are the best fighters, come on. This guy doesn't want to sign for whatever reason. Okay. Reese McKee, this is the guy that got absolutely obliterated against Hamza, right? Yerp. Yeah, none of these guys are any good. We do have some regens that are... That is not a 26-year-old, sir. Bilal Stanley, 19-year-old English fighter, regional level jiu-jitsu. You gotta love it. Jiu-jitsu student, hell yeah, brother. Anybody else? Romolo Domin is coming. The Canadian is coming. Regional level boxing is coming. Anybody else coming? Pause. Okay. All good there. Do have quite a few emails to get through, so let's do that. Mario Bautista needs to be renewed. Let's do that. Brother wants literally peanuts. Fight. We got that Duke Nukem guy. We're the only offer he's considering. Love that. Bradley Swainpole. Only offer he's considering. Trayshawn Gore. Only offer. Danny Sabatello. Considering both offers. Give him 12K a fight. He likes that. Everybody loves money, right? The Leech, Brave making him an offer. We're the only offer he's after. Eric Caldwell, we will have to up this more than likely. Yep. Same thing. We'll give you 12K as well, even though you just... Oh, you beat Danny Sabatello. Okay. Reza Bleda. Pretty sure we just offered her a deal. We did. Victoria Dudikova. For a 2-fight deal. Izaki. Considering both offers. 6,700. How about that? Gregory Rodriguez. Got a fight booked. Jeff Molina has completed his UFC suspension. Cool. Nate Landwehr. Bring him back. Marc-Andre Barrios. Got a fight book, so we'll bring him back. Bisping's gone. Helly's gone. Sanko's gone. Gotta bring Dern back, even though she's been absolutely struggling recently. Robertson. We love Jillian Robertson here. We will accept no Jillian Robertson slander. John Gooden can leave. Iman Zahabi. Yeah, we'll bring him back. Bruno Capoloza. So Capoloza and Jeff Lena. Melsik Bagdasarian. Bro's arms are tiny. I don't know why I thought his arm was super tiny, but okay. Bruno Capoloza and Jeff Molina. We don't talk about Bruno, no. And he's finally able to debut. And then we got my name Jeff Molina. In the flyweight division you go, sir. Okay, super cool. So let's take a look at the rankings. We are running a 4 title fight pay-per-view, so that probably doesn't leave us with too many options. Yuri Prohaska versus Alex Pereira, maybe. Mid-level national. I'm sure he would be willing to fight Yuri. Who is he supposed to fight? Ankalaev, right? Yup. Who is high-level regional, which makes sense. So hopefully he's willing to fight Pereira. When is Yuri back? 19 days? Yeah, fuck you. We're putting you right back in the mix, sir. Excuse me. Okay. Middleweights, Cannonier's booked. Hamzat's booked. Volkanovski's good to go. At lightweight against Grant Dawson, who beat Charles Oliveira, mind you. Let's do that. Alrighty. That's good. That's good. Bantamweight. Amanda Nunes is ready to go. Do we do her against Pena? Coming off a win against Misha Tate. There's really not too much else to do. They fought 3 times already, right? Pena. There's no reason to do that fight again. Not right now. Yeah, I have nothing for you. I have nothing for you right now, Nunes. Sorry. Because this division is an utter shambles. Alright, cool. So we got our two title fights, Prohaska and Pereira, and then Volk and Dawson. That looks to be very, very promising. And now let's just go down the divisions and see what else we can cook up here. Lemos versus Hill sounds like a plan, except she's out for 5 months, so that's not good. Rodriguez back in 16 days. Lemos needs a big fight. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do Lemos and Rodriguez. It happened within the last 3 years, but whatever. That'll just happen. Okay. Lemos versus Rodriguez. Leveth Young. 19 days. We'll hold off on her. Stella Nunes coming off a win. Anna Doldy also coming off a win. They've both been around for a while, so We'll toss them against each other. They have not fought either. Boom, Nunes versus Goldie. Okay. Lupe Godinez. Just do her versus Grace Cleveland, right? Why not? Cleveland versus Godinez. Okay. Women's flyweight, Manon Fior. I mean, she needs a fight, right? Gabriela Fernandez. Diana Belbita. Anna Bennett, no. Ivana Petrovic, no. I mean, I guess we'll do Fior versus Fernandez just because no one wants to fight her. Or Grasso specifically does not want to fight her. Make that clear. Hopefully she can get a little bit more popularity, assuming she wins this fight. Diana Belbita, she's coming off a win, couple straight wins. Her versus Ivana Petrovic. We are. Okay, and then that's good. Fine. Anya could use a fight. Udalova. I mean, Akhnet Kina beat Zingano. Jojua. Bro, what is this division? I mean, who did she just beat? Misha Tate. Number 9. Akhnet Kina. 16 days. Pudilova. 2 days. All right. Interesting. Jojua, let's get her a fight. Lorraine Santos, that seems about right. Paula Christina needs to make her debut out of Jungle Fight. Melissa Dixon, back in 12 days. We'll just have her go up against her. Okay, the rest of the division we will just hold off on. Featherweight Janae Harding would make her debut. Nunes, she's back in 19 days. That seems like a good fight. The rest of these ladies, Aspen Ladd could use a fight. Maybe her versus Chelsea Chandler. Evelyn Martin, she's out for a while. Sarah Collins. Beat Megan Anderson. Okay. Seems like a good one. I don't know why I put her whole last first name on there, but Aspen Ladd versus Sarah Collins. Flyweight Kai Kara France versus Naoki Inoue does sound very interesting. So let's do that. Alright, Takahashi could use a fight. Got Mighty Mouse here. He's not back for a while. And he was just beating guys in the top 25. Alan Nascimento, he's coming off a couple straight wins. Takahashi versus Nascimento. Booyah. And the rest we can hold off on. Bantamweights. Davison. He's out for a little bit. Umar. 23 days. Karamov. 9 days after beating Saeed. 12 days after beating Pedro Munoz. Karamov versus Kakharamanov. Like that. Okay. Sergio Pettis, after getting TKO'd, he's out for a while. Oleg Borisov needs to make his debut. Against whom is the question? Someone like Ricky Simone? Let's do that. And then we're good on the rest. Yair's ready to go. Evloev. Lost to Volkanovski. He's out for a while. Ortega. 19 days. We get Chikadze. He lost to Yair. He's out for a while. Max Holloway lost to Super Sadiq. 12 days. Ortega versus Max? That's happened before. Yep, all the way back in 2018. It should be Sadiq fighting up. But he's out injured. Alvin Cater's coming off a win. 12 days. Him versus Max would be very interesting. Beat Giga Chikadze. And Feely. Cater versus Max has happened, and we saw how that turned out. Stuck on what I want to do here. Evolev's out. Ortega's good to go in like 19 days. Yeah. Yair and Ortega, that happened in 2022. But that seems to be the fight to make, really. Yair versus Ortega it is. Nakanishi, former Shudo champion, taking on Hakeem Dawodu. Onama versus Quarantillo. Okay, so Onama versus Quarantillo. Lightweight, we already got Dawson and Volk set up. Gary Tonin beating Alexander Hernandez. Rafael Fiziev got knocked out by Oliveira. Thiago Moises, he's fighting against Gamrot. Tataladze Moicano beat Anthony Pettis. Oshmanfio. Is Gary Tonin ready to go? It's a month. We'll hold off on him. Fazeev versus Kutataladze. Sure, let's do that. Okay. Well, Sosa, 2 days. Sarukian, 19 days. Moicano voices Sosa. Voices. Let's do that. Manfio. Bobby Green. 12 days. Mensur Barnawi. 5 days. Barnawi versus Manfio. Everybody else on here can wait. Okay. Super lightweight. We're all good there. Colby Covington versus Shavkat. That's the fight to make right there. Carlos Leal beat Roberto Soldic. See, Yumilatov, no. How is he still above JDM? That fucking makes no sense. Bilal, 2 months. Albert Tumanov, 47 days. Vicente Luque, 8. That makes no sense. 2 months. The Leech, 40 days. Sean Brady, 26 days. Christian Lee, he's ready. Leal versus Lee, why not? Okay. Dorguimov, 2 days. We'll hold off. Carson Hardman, we're good for now. Middleweights, Izzy's good to go. Robert Whitaker, he's on hiatus. Izzy is perfectly ready to go. Let's have him fight literally anybody else. Izzy versus Lovato Jr. Could be interesting. Versus Shabazian, no. Imavov. Fabian Edwards is hilarious. Have him get... I was going to say revenge, but he didn't fight Leon Edwards. But no, we'll hold off on that. Lovato Jr., though, sounds interesting. So let's do that. Adesanya versus Lovato. Everybody else is kind of just waiting. Duraev is ready to go. You're beating Rob Wilkinson. Kelvin lost to Jeff Neal. He's out for a while. Paulo Costa, he's on hiatus. Rob Wilkinson's ready to go. Coming off that loss. There's Curtis. Duraev versus Curtis. Jack Hermansson's coming off a loss. Do him versus Rob Wilkinson. Okay. Light heavyweights. Prohaska versus Pajeda, that's already going down. Uzdemir, 16 days. Bruno Lopez beat Ryan Spann. He should not be in the top 10. Jamal Hill beat Ozdemir, 2 days. Rakic lost to Murzakanov. Huh. Rakic is gone anyways, right? Up. Kutelaba. 19 days. Sanganai, 19 days. Carlos Olberg. Martin Hamlets. You like him versus Bruno Lopez? Kasanganai. Let's do that. Let's do Lopez versus Kasanganai. Hamlet versus Menafield. Gustafson. Out for a while. Dominic Reyes. Out for a while. Krylov. Omar C. 33 days. Gnidko. No. Carlos Olberg. 12 days. Let's do that. Hamlet versus Olberg. Okay. And we're good there. Heavyweight now. Biggie Boy just lost to John Jones. He's out for quite a while. Sergey Pavlovich. He's out. Kai Vasa. He's out. Romanov beat Curtis Blades. He's out. Ali Isaev beat Volkov. Aspinall, he's out for a while. He beat Tuivasa and he's below him. That makes zero fucking sense. Make this make sense, video game. We go Cunha, 2 days. Him versus Isaev makes sense. Curtis Blades coming off a loss, 54 days. Rogerio de Lima, out forever. Tyrell Fortune, out till next month at least. Biernat versus Junior Tafa. We can do that. Do. Yeah, we'll hold off on that. So, not too much really going on here. Thinking we might only be able to do 3 fight cards, because majority of this stuff is prelims stuff, really. Let's see what's this is what we've got here. We got Prohaska Pajeda, we got Volkan Dawson. And these are the fights that we booked out amongst the top 25. Let's see. That's a main event. That's a main event. That's a main event. That's it. Yeah, 3 fight cards it looks like that are main event worthy. Unless we were to just to split it in half and do another pay-per-view. Which we could do. We won't. We'll just do 3. Yeah, super thin. Super, super thin. It's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, unfortunately. Need to get more bodies in, get these guys popular. So let's decide. Let's decide where we want to take these. Hmm. Do. All right, let's decide where we're gonna take them geographically. So Oklahoma, Texas, Minnesota. So we're in kind of like the Midwest. So Illinois seems like a good choice. I'll go to like Illinois. We can do Australia for the Adesanya card. Illinois, Australia. Illinois, Australia, and like Ohio, I guess. Illinois, Australia, Ohio, yeah. So that's going to be July. Throwaway show. Illinois. Saturday of week 2 of July. Throwaway show. UFC Fight Night. This one's going to be in Australia. We could just do it in New Zealand. That is where he's from. They're a low-level international in New Zealand? Jesus Christ. I mean, yeah, let's go to New Zealand, I guess. Testing. Testing. Illinois, New Zealand, and then week 3, Saturday, fight night. Kind of in that area. Wisconsin? Let's go to Wisconsin, then we'll do the pay-per-view in Ohio. Oh, whoops. Bye. Show. Week 4, July. Saturday, boom, 3:05. In my Ohio. Alright, cool. So, 3 of these fights need to go on that pay-per-view. Very stinky looking pay-per-view, unfortunately. Man, these fights are tough. None of them are popular at all. Golly. I mean, Car France and Inoue, Borisov versus Simone. Yikes, yeah. Okay, so Car France and Inoue. Z versus Kitataladze. No, not even. And I guess Lemos versus Rodriguez? No, Fior versus Fernandez. We want her on that pay-per-view. Jesus. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3. Oof. Well, this just means that the more popular fighters who aren't ranked are going to get a little bit more of a chance to fight. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, so that way we can have some prelims on the pay-per-view as well. Oh, here we go. Okay. 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 Absolutely yikes. Okay. So, the difficult part is going to be deciding what out of all of these are actually main card worthy. So, if they're main card worthy, we're going to put the 3 little flashes by them. So, boop. Because of Pena, I suppose. 4. Yeah, and the rest. And the rest are prelims, sorry. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so Nunes versus Goldie, nope. Ugh. I literally don't think any of these are main card worthy. At least not right now. Messiah versus Cunha, that one, I suppose. Yeah, the rest of these, no way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 2 of them can go back down, so... Yikes. Okay. No, no. Yes. Yes. No, no. Okay. Alright, so now it's time to book these cards. Illinois. New Zealand. Wisconsin. And then the pay-per-view in Ohio. Okay, so Prohashka versus Pajeda. We've got Pajeda. Volk versus Dobson. Yep. Lightweights. Grant Dawson for the lightweight belts. Yep. Ikara France versus Inoue. Says it should be a prelim fight. That's rough. Z versus Kutataladze. He's mid-level national. Wouldn't be that bad. Fior versus Fernandez. Says it should be a prelim fight. Yikes. But okay. Belbita versus Petrovic. Harding versus Nunes. Borisov versus Simone. Barnawi versus Manfio. Lopez versus Kasanganai. Ladd versus Collins. Nakanishi versus Dawodu. Hamlet versus Olberg. Onama versus Quarantillo. And Araya versus Curtis. Okay. So now first one. Got Yair versus Ortega. Got Lemos versus Rodriguez. Pena versus Putilova. Got Leal versus Lee. Okay, we need 2 more fights for this one. Go boom. Gonna go boom. Justin Gaethje. Israel Adesanya, Colby Covington. Let's do the rest of them so that we don't get confused. New Zealand, Adesanya versus Lovato. There's a chance he refuses to fight Lovato, by the way. Messiah versus Cunha. And we got Nunes versus Goldie. Ojua versus Santos. And then Takahashi versus Nascimento. Okay. Moving down to Wisconsin. We've got Colby versus Shavkat. Beautiful. Karamov versus Kakharamanov. Right, and then Moicano versus Sosa. Cleveland versus Lupi Godinez. We got Christina versus Gibson or Dixon. Wilkinson versus Hermanson. Because that can barely be a main card fight, so we'll just do it. And Biernat versus Tafa. Okay. And pay-per-view time, that's already fully booked up. Along with the rest of the prelims. So that's good. So now we can get to work on the rest. So, Illinois, we need 2 more fights. Correct. Look at the females by popularity. Amanda Nunes. We also got... Okay, we got Karate Hottie and Larissa Pacheco. Karate Hottie at strawweight. She can fight up to 125. Let's see if there's anyone better for her up there. I mean... Says potential main event against Deanna Bennett. Fuck it, let's do it. Not well known enough. What about Jenna Bishop? Sure. Cool. So that's taken care of. Need 1 more, actually. Yep, 1 more fight. 6. Larissa Pacheco at bantamweight is interesting. because she should be at featherweight. Her versus like Macy Chasson, maybe? Just to get her foot in the door. Chasson has not been doing well. Yeah. We're going to hold off on Larissa Pacheco, unfortunately. And we're going to put her in her actual weight class. Okay, good. All right, so let's figure out another fight then. Kovalkiewicz. Strawweight. Nah. Okay, so it's time to look for the men now. Weidman at middleweight. He's coming off a big win. Him versus Joaquin Buckley, I do like. Let's do that. Okay, so we're good there. Okay, New Zealand, we need 4 more fights. Jake Matthews, welterweight. Versus Chaos Williams, that's a good one. All right, Volkan Oezdemir. Tyson Pedro at light heavyweight. Versus Alonzo Menafield. Okay, 2 more. Light heavyweight Volkan Oezdemir. Versus Jacob Nadeau. Not well known enough. It's not going to happen with Oezdemir, it looks like. Cody Garbrandt. No, quick camp. Quick camp. Full camp for Calvin Kattar. At featherweight. No. Sorry, Calvin. No, not Sergey Pavlovich. Dominic Reyes, we can do something with you. Let's have you take on the Jacob Nadeau character. Alright, and then we got one more. Bryce Mitchell. Ooh. Joseph Holmes at middleweights. How about you? Versus Vladimir Meniv. All right. Got our 6 fights there. Let's go to Wisconsin now, where we need 3 more fights. No, 2 more fights. 2 more fights. Cody Garbrandt now, flyweight. Versus Alex Perez. Bub Swanson at featherweight. versus Henry Corrales. All right. So all the main fights are booked. Now it's just time to book all the prelims. We're good on the pay-per-view. So let's go over here. And as always, first thing we're going to check for is those hometown fighters. Got a couple. Got a welterweight and a bantamweight. All right, so let's rock with that. Darius Flowers coming off a defeat. He cannot take on the Dirty Bird. Let's have you go up against Chris Mixon, making his debut. All right, so we're all good there. So now last fought 6 months ago. Only a couple. Jeff Molina versus Tim Elliott. We can do... Oh, they're teammates. Do you versus Tolanov. Jarrell Hodge. Versus Davey Grant. Pavlovich, so nothing going there. 3 months ago, Parker Porter. Ming Yang Zhang. You versus Ihor Poteria. Eric Anders versus Brian Battle. Kovalkiewicz versus Isis Verbeek. And rock with that. Courtney Casey versus Priscilla Cachoeira. Bantamweights. Guthrie versus Vieira. Featherweights. Yeah, Pacheco versus ooh, Jesus. Let's do that instead. Gustavo da Silva versus Tim Elliott. Helio versus Ulan Bekov. Rayoni Barcelos versus Luan Lacerda. Hailey Alatang versus Miles Johns. Sadiq Yusuf, we cannot do. Paul Hughes versus Ashkabov. Diego Lopez versus Dan Ige. Akparast versus Amir. Okay. Teddy Ash versus Romero Cotton, making his debut. Jacob Malkoon versus Renat. Dirty Bird Tim Means versus Benoit Saint-Denis. Alfonso Leyva versus Carson Hardman. Lightweight Alan Patrick versus Mark Jakashi. George Hardwick versus Ismail Bonfim. And then Kron Gracie versus Melsik Bagdasarian. All right. There it is. We've got it all booked up. Main event for this first one is going to be Yair Rodriguez and Brian Ortega. Main event on this one, Israel Adesanya and Rafael Lovato Jr. Main event for the Wisconsin is Colby Covington and Shavkat Rachmanov. And then UFC 305, we have 2 title fights. It's going to be Prohaska versus Pereira for the light heavyweight title. And then Volkanovski versus Dawson for the lightweight crown. Should be an interesting month of fights. A lot of the fighters are still on break. They're injured and stuff like that. So a little bit weaker of a month, I will say. But it's still going to be a lot of fun. We're only able to do 3 fight cards, or fight nights, I guess I could say, this month. But hopefully we can get into a more strong position where we can run the 4 again. Appreciate you guys as always. I'm AZPlyo21. Obviously, the next time that I see you guys will be for UFC Fight Night Murzakanov versus Ankalaev in California. A lot of Russians on that card. But should be a good time still, making our way towards 303 O'Malley versus Sandhagen. Going to be a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys as always. I'm AZPlyo21, and I will see you guys at the fights.